Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about the back end of the order online page, or in other words, your smart online order page. Once you log into the back end, what you can expect, how it works, and some tips and tricks so you can take the most or make the most out of it. So as you guys know, once you install the order online page, it takes your Clover inventory and creates an online version of it. So in other words, it takes this information here, which is your Clover inventory, and basically what it does, it takes all the stuff and makes a convenient order online process or page for your customers to order from your website. Okay, so again, let's go back to it again one more time. Okay, so here's the back end of the order online page. I'm going to go ahead and walk you step by step and kind of point out some of the things you should know and how to make them work or how to take advantage of all the cool features. Because your order online page is important to continuously remain engaged with it because it's your business, it's online, you want to help increase revenue, and it's best to learn it because when you do learn it, you are able to do things that other customers or other merchants may not have spent the time doing to get additional benefits out of it, right? So, for example, the backend has a lot of settings, right? It may seem overwhelming at first. You may be wondering, wow, there's so many buttons here. I don't have time to learn this because I have to run my restaurant. I have to do all this and that. Yes, I agree with you. It can take time, but by learning this, you're able to do things to help bring you more revenue because there are so many benefits to learning this. So again, I'm going to try to explain it to you very easily. That way, you do take the time to learn it because it's going to benefit you. I know some merchants don't have time for this, but I highly encourage you to watch all of this video and perhaps some of the other videos that I post on YouTube or some of the older videos. But it's always best to subscribe to this channel so you can get the latest version because we're always making updates. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start from the back end step, all the settings here, okay? So the back end, as you know, you have all your important data points here. So first it tells you your API key is valid. This is the controls with your Clover device. It tells your business name. The reason why we have it showing the business name because you may have multiple locations, so you can see which one you're controlling, right? So you may have, bagel shop in Main Street, bagel shop in Downtown Street. That way you can see which one you're controlling, right? Especially for multi locations. So and then it shows your business address, right? So you can see which location address you're controlling, right? And then you can see your online hours because why is it important to know your hours? The reason being is because your online hours is indicates when people can order online, right? So if you order from 8 to 5 p.m. and then a customer, uh, let's say you don't change these hours and you leave it as 24 hours, that means your customers can order anytime and you're not there to give them the food. So that's going to give you customers a bad experience. So it's important that you put your correct hours, right? How do you put your correct hours? It's very simple. You go to accountant setup right here. And from accountant setup, all you do is you go to business information. Okay. So remember, what some merchants do is they go under online ordering. They go here. Don't go here. Go here about your business. Okay. It's very important that you know which one to click on because if you do it from here, it's not going to affect your online ordering hours with Smart Online Order. This is a different product. Okay. So you want to stick with this one, business information. Okay. Again, it's called business information. Click on it, scroll down, and here's your online order hours. Again, it may say the word business hours, and it may make you think, oh, if this is only for my physical store hours. Actually, that's true too, but this is exactly what your online orders hours reflect. So if you change these hours, it's not gonna post on the internet that these are your fixed hours. It's basically used mainly for your order online page. So see how it says 8 to 5 here, right? Do you see how it shows that? Let's say I change it to 8 to 7 p.m. on Saturday, right? I press save, and then now I go back to the back end, and then I press OK. I refresh the page, and then I come back here. Do you recall how I changed to 8 to 7? Do you remember how I did that? So I'm going to go ahead, go back here. I'm going to click on it now, and look what it shows here, 8 to 7. So you're probably wondering, why did I change? The reason that I changed is because I changed it here, right? Again, your online order page mimics your Clover inventory and your Clover hours and your tax rates and your prices, all that stuff. So it mimics it. So it's important that you understand how these things work. That way you can get the most out of it. So let's suppose you close on a Tuesday. You come, you press closed. What does this do? This prevents customers from ordering online on you on Tuesdays, right? So when I come back here now and I refresh the page, let me see if it works without me refreshing the page. Well, good. It actually works right away. So you can see Tuesday closed. So in other words, when your customer comes to your website, they can't order for Tuesdays because you're closed. So if Tuesday happens to be a holiday and you're only closed on a specific Tuesday out of the year, make sure after the holiday is finished or after that Tuesday is done or after that Saturday is done to change it back. Let's suppose you close on Tuesday and Tuesday happens to be a holiday and then you're back to work on Wednesday. Remember, next Tuesday you're closed again, so you have to come back here and open it up, right? So that's why it's very important that you be proactive with your order online page, because if you put closed for Tuesday, that means you're closed every Tuesday. Okay, so again, once Tuesday goes by and you open again back up on Tuesday, come back here, put open, right? So it's very important that you know these things because one day you may be not getting orders on Tuesday and you're going to be panicking. Why my order is not coming through? And the reason is very simple. That's because you have Tuesday closed, right? So you have to choose your time and do these things so people can order online. Okay, A2, let's say A2 is 5:30, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Oh, 8 a.m. Oh, I put 5:30 a.m. So I have to put 5:30 p.m. So just kind of follow exactly what it says and do that. All right, so that's one thing to know about. What else should you know about? The next thing you should know about is latest updates and news. Check out these announcements we have here, social media. We give you updates of what's happening, what features we added, what we did to help make things easy for you, because we're always listening to customers' feedbacks and improving the order online experience. So if you need to know what has Zaytech been doing lately, what has Smart Online Order been doing lately, well, you can find out right here, right? You can see what we've done lately. Okay, so let's go to another section here, announcement, social media. So we give you announcements here, what's happening, status updates. Perhaps there's some kind of Clover's doing an update. What is iPhone app? What we're doing to help with the iPhone app. So we give you announcements here, right? So our latest announcement is branded phone app. So we try to help you increase productivity. We help you get more orders. So you have an option here to get your own branded phone app. What's so nice about this is that you will be published in the Apple App Store and Google Play with your own logo, with your own inventory, with your own branding. In other words, you don't have to be listed in Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of these third-party companies, right? You can have your very own app. We also offer this too, right? So as you feel the need, or as your business grows, or you want your business to grow, these are great ideas to consider. Okay. And then also we offer social media marketing here. You can schedule a meeting with us. You can give us a call. We're always one phone call away or one email away. So you guys can do these things. Schedule your meetings. Call us, and then we can help you. Let you know how we can help you with your business, and you can let us know some of the things that you need from us. Right. So again, we offer branded app, and we also offer social media as well. So if you need to start with the social media, we have that as well, and you can schedule a meeting. So remember, this thing changes a lot. So just because you see it on a Tuesday and it shows something different, perhaps on a Friday it may show something different, because we're always trying to reach out to you and give you the latest updates. You can always go to our website to see these updates, but we brought it here as well. So feel free to check both places out. Okay, now let's go to the other one, inventory sync. This is also important to know because your Clover inventory and your smart online order mimic each other, but you also have to let it know what to do and how to do it, right? Because when your inventory is transferred or shown here on the order online page, for example, let's find bagel with butter. Okay, we have bagel with butter here is $2.89. Okay, now let's say you never watched it, you changed the price. Let's suppose you had um, changed the price for this bagel. Let me find the bagel. Sorry, let me go here first. Let's go to inventory. Okay. What was the item called again? It's called bagel with butter. Let's find bagel with butter. I'm gonna type in butter and I should see bagel with butter. Okay, bagel with butter is 289. Let's say you go in your Clover inventory and you change the bagel with butter price to 299. Okay, 299. And then you're done, and then you forget all about it. And then all of a sudden you get an online order and the price comes out as 289, right? And you're probably wondering, wait, I'm selling it for 299 now. It was 289 last week. How come it didn't change? The reason why it didn't change is because you have to enable the change. So in other words, I have 289 here and I have 299 here, right? And you're wondering why didn't it change? That's because items auto sync is disabled. So currently Clover offers the option to auto sync the item changes. What do I mean by auto sync item changes? Item changes are is your inventory here. You can change the item name, item price. You can do all these things and it will automatically change on here, right? So in order to take advantage of this feature, you have to come over here and enable it, right? So how do I enable it? I come here and press enable item autosync. Okay, so once you enable it the very first time, it's recommended or a good idea to just manually sync it to because it was just changed as of right now. So the item auto sync happens after this date or after this time period, right? So when you do it, you have to do a manual first. In some cases, it may take effect right away, but I still recommend doing a manual sync after you do this. So you can go in this, you can just go from here to here, or you can press update. So I press update. Now I told it to automatically do it for me, but at the same time, I give it a little nudge. A nudge means I manually pressed update all items. You can press update categories, update modifiers, update order types, update taxes. So as of this video, Clover offers item auto sync. So remember to read this carefully because it says item auto sync, right? It doesn't say modifier auto sync. So if you change modifier prices, you have to come here and press update modifiers. So let me explain what I mean by that. When you come over here, you see modifier groups, and over here you see modifiers, right? So when I press this pen icon, I see something called modifiers and modifier groups. So if I change this gluten-free to $2 and I press save, this will never auto sync. Right now, Clover doesn't have that capability to auto sync modifier names with the order online page. So all you do is with modifier price changes, very simple, just press update modifiers. And it takes about 10 seconds and that's it. Now it changes that gluten-free to $2. But with item sync is a little bit different. This one you don't have to come here and press it all the time. This one you can just change it and it will change for you automatically. So again, let's go back to that bagel with butter again because that's the item in question here. So I go to bagel with butter and I see bagel with butter is $2.99. And based on what I did earlier, bagel with butter should be $2.99 now. Why? Because I enabled auto sync and I also pressed update all items. So I'm going to refresh the page here. You can refresh the page by pressing F5 or you can there's a few shortcuts you can do or just refresh it from your browser. So bagel with butter is $2.99 now. Do you see how it changed? Okay. Now I'm going to go back to bagel with butter and I say, you know what? I'm going to sell it for $3.25. Okay. So I go $3.25 and I press save. Okay, so give it about 15-30 seconds and it will change for you. So again, this will change to 325, but give it about 10-15 seconds because it has to configure and get that information updated here. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh the page. It may change right now, but it can take up to 15-30 seconds. Let's see if it changed now. It changed right away. So you can see it's very quick. So bagel with butter changed to 325. But again, sometimes give it about 15 to 30 seconds so that way the update takes effect. So that's what item auto sync does. It does the item auto sync for you. Again, I would like to clarify it's only for items. Okay, a lot of some merchants get it confused thinking it'll do it for the modifiers too. For modifiers, you have to come here and press this button. Okay, and then clean inventory. This is very important to know because let's say one day you take off about 90 items from your inventory, right? You go here and you go, okay, you come over here and then you go on a inventory cleaning spree. You go, I don't want to sell this, I don't want to sell that, I don't want to sell this, I don't want to sell that. And you start deleting 20, 30, 40 items, or you make all these changes, right? You remove a lot of items for your inventory, right? You go in here and you remove modifiers, you remove all the stuff. If you do that, you have to come here and do a clean inventory. Clean, basically what it does, it goes like this. So let's suppose I removed some order types. I press start, it checks for the order types on the Clover. Let's say you remove the delivery order type, or you remove the curbside pickup order type. It checks it here. If it makes sure if it still exists there, it will delete it for you. So depending on how many order types you have. So wait for the word cleaned. When you see this word clean, it means it's done. Now go to the next one. Now let's do tax rates. Let's say you change your taxes, or you remove some tax rates. Press start and give it a few seconds. Cleaned. When you see the word cleaned, that means it's safe to go to the next step. Now modifier groups. Okay, so this is this one here. Let's say you changed a bunch of your modifier groups, or you move. Or let's say you deleted. I'm gonna randomly pick one. Let's say I deleted sweetness. I clicked this icon and I deleted it. So you have to come here and press start to clean or remove this from the order online page. So I press start. And again, every merchant, every business is different. Some businesses have 50 modifier groups, some of them have 200, some of them have 30. So it all depends how long you have to wait. So this one only took about 20 seconds or 10 seconds. But this one's going to take a while, right? Because if you look over here at the Clover inventory, I have modifier groups, but within the modifier groups, I have modifiers. So when you take 50 let's see how many modifier groups I have. I have 50 results per page. So let me see how many pages I have. So luckily I don't have that many. But some merchants have maybe 100 modifier groups, and each modifier groups has 10 modifiers. So you take 100 times 10, that's 1,000 modifiers, right? You may have 1,000 modifiers. You may have more. You may have less. So why am I explaining that? That's because if you have a lot of modifiers, that means you have to wait longer for to clean it, right? So let's say I have 1,000 modifiers. I'll have to be patient here, right? So I have to be patient and wait for it to get cleaned out. So I may step away and do a few things, get some other work done and come right back because this will take some time. So what some merchants do is they press start and they press next too fast. You have to wait, okay? So luckily I don't have that many modifiers and I press cleaned and it's done. But if you have 1,000, it's going to take a while. Categories is also pretty quick because most people don't have a lot of categories. They usually have around 10 to 40 of them. You can have more, but so category is pretty quick. So the two that take the longest is modifiers and items. So here's items. Now this one's going to take some time. In my case, it may not because I don't have that many items, but some merchants have maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, right? So this one may require some extra patience. So you have to wait till it says cleaned. So I don't want to wait too much for this one because I already know I have a lot of items and it can take up to 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and press cancel because again, in your case, don't press cancel. Let it finish. Just be patient. Let it finish the cleaning the old items from your uh, Clover inventory from the order online page to kind of clean it out. But since I'm making a video to explain this and I don't want to waste or take up too much of your time, I'm going to press cancel. So I cleaned a bunch of stuff, but I did not clean the items. Okay. So in your case, make sure you clean everything. And so you want to have item auto sync enabled. It's very rare that some merchants don't want this enabled, but I would recommend enabling it. That way you can have the convenience of using this one feature for item auto sync. Now let's go to the next step, order types. Order types. Order types indicates how the customer orders. So let's do an order. Let's say I order a bagel cream cheese. And then I made some dummy or sample order types just to show you guys what these order types mean or how they works, right? So your order types varies from my order types. So don't try to copy my order types, okay? Let's say your customers may not have these order types. I mean, sorry, your business may not need these order types, but as you can see, I have a bunch of different ones. I have pickup, I have table 3 outside, I have table 2, 12 sushi counter, I have table 11. You can do curbside pickup. You can do all these different order types, right? I mean, as you can see, there's so many ways of doing order types. Let's say you are, again, this is kind of extreme. Most people do not have this many order types. They usually have 2 or 3 or 1. I have a lot because, for demonstration purposes, I like to show people the potential of what this app can do for them, right? Because there's so many things you can do. Not everything is possible, but some things are possible, and that's why we try to cater those or make those possible for our customers. So I have table 3 outside. Whatever you see in green indicates it's enabled, right? Whatever you see in gray indicates it's not enabled, right? So it's very important that you look at the green and the gray. So let's say I have this one here, patio dine-in. Okay, I have patio dine-in enabled. Okay, so if I have this enabled, I press save. Now, when I go back to the back end of the page here, I will see patio, that one I just enabled, show up here. But again, in order to see, you have to refresh the page, right? So watch, I have patio dining enabled. So again, order types or ordering method, it tells you customers, how to expect their order. Are they picking up? Are they delivering? Are they outside? Are they inside? Are they at the table? Are they waiting by the fire pit? Are they waiting in the curbside? They choose that option from here. And then from here, they can choose pay location or pay with credit card. So let's talk about pay with location, pay with credit card. That's under checkout settings. Again, I skipped this one. I'll come back to it, but let's talk about checkout settings. It's important that you go through these checkout settings to custom it to or use it towards your needs, because every merchant has unique needs, right? Some people don't want people to log in to checkout. Some people do. Some people want people to log in with Facebook. The Facebook requires additional steps, so make sure you have some kind of developer there to help you with that. If not, reach out to us. We have a social media plan which we can assist you with these things, and we can also post for you on your social media. And then we have the payment options. You have pay upon delivery, pay with credit card, pay a location. What's pay a location? Pay a location collects no money. So basically, if you choose this option, keep in mind that they will have to come to you and you take their money. Okay, so make sure not to give them the food if you are enabling this, because that means they have not paid yet. That's why it says pay at location. Okay, so make sure that's very clear to you. So the receipts will tell them, will say on their pay location, so you can see it. So that's very important that you take the money. Coupons. Coupons is pretty cool. You can make coupon codes and all that, so people can use coupon codes. Right now I have it disabled. You can enable it, and you can also use our other app to print out coupons on your Clover device. Once you enable it, what happens is on the checkout page here, you'll see a section to enable coupon. Let me show you what that is, by the way. Let me go back here and here, and I'm going to enable it. I press Save Changes. So the reason why I press Save Changes is because to make the coupon code show, I have to press Save Changes because I enabled it. Now when I press Refresh here, look, there's no coupon code section here, right? Now that I enabled it, I refresh it. I refresh the page. Now from this point forward, all customers are able to see a section here called coupon code. See it? See how I made that possible? Again, I have an entire other video for coupon codes that you are more than welcome to watch, but I'm just showing you how the basics of how to make it work. Service fees, we have that as well. You can do a percentage or a flat amount. Convenience fee, online order fee, just any kind of service fee you may have. Tips, you can choose default tip, no default tip. You can choose specific tip amounts, right? So let's say your default tip is 15%. In other words, you have 10, 15, 20, 25, but you want to suggest to your customers to give you 15%. You can do that. Let's say you want to suggest your customers to give you 25%, which is on the high end. You can still do that. So what do I mean by that? Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. I press Save Changes. Right now, as you can see, I have tips not available right here, right? So I press Pay with credit card, and I can see there's no tip option right here, right? So let me go back here again. Okay, so I go to checkout settings. Okay, so tips, I have first to enable it, and then I have my default 25%. Okay, let me show you what 25% is. I have to press Save Changes again. The reason why is because I had it as disabled. So again, if you put a number here, you still have to enable it. So make sure to enable it. I'll press Save Changes now. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to refresh the page. And when I refresh the page, you should see a new option here. It'll say tip. There you go. See how it says 25%? So what just happened here? As you can see, what just happened here is the default became 25%, so the customer can reduce it. Again, this is optional, and you can do that if you wish to, but be very careful. You don't want to suggest a high tip to your customers if they don't like that. So these are all things you can do. So typically, I think it's no default tip. Let them choose themselves. That way, they can choose from these five numbers. Okay. Or you can say, you know what? I don't want to give them 10. I don't want to give them four choices. I want to give them two choices. I want to give them 15 and 30. You could do that too. Just put a comma. Now they only have two choices. They can either choose 15 or 30. Let's say you go, you know what? I want to give them 15, 30, and 32. Now they have three choices. Again, that's up to you. All right. Now you have all these stuff. Make special instructions required. What is that? That's this part here. Okay. Do you need this information or do you not? So you have to ask yourself that question, right? That's up to you. If you make it required, that means they have to put at least a dot here or a period here or a letter here or something here. Okay. So it's important that you either make this required or not. So if it's required and you're asking them, please give us let's say you're a restaurant and you're close to a school, right? And the school has 15 different basketball teams, and you need the basketball team's name. So you can say, please indicate your basketball team name in the comments, and they can go the Red Hawks or something like that, right? Red Hawks team. Just random things that you can. I mean, every business is so different these days. So I'm just giving you examples, right? You can apply towards your own needs with your own rules, right? So your rules may be different. Your special instruction may be different. When COVID first hit, guess what people using this for? License plate number of the car so they can bring out the food to them. Some people were asking for the customer's um, car color, saying, please indicate your car color in the comments below. Some customers were asking for you know, because of COVID at first it was very scary. Some people were asking, let us know some details about when you show up so we can give you the food. So it's very interesting how people were utilizing this. So now times have changed. So maybe you can use it for now people are probably coming to your business as a team now, right? I mean, before you couldn't do that. You could only have one person come at a time. But by the time you watch this video, you know, you have basketball teams, 10, 20 people coming at a time. So you want to maybe indicate which team are you coming from, right? Again, these are just suggestions that you can utilize for this app. Now let's go ahead and go back to the back end here again. I'll recommend leaving this just the way it is. Only change this if you must and if you have a better thank you page. What's a thank you page? Thank you page is thank you for your order. It gives them the receipt, does all the good stuff. Don't change this unless you must or have to. I've seen merchants change this and a customer doesn't even know they ordered. They call the store, they go, did you get my order? And every time the customer has to confirm. So don't change this unless you know exactly what you're doing. So leave this the way it is, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Store settings, again, you have all these other options, except if you're closing, you can put closed. You can also do it from the business hours section here, as I mentioned earlier. You can do it from here. You can put your email here for notifications to get online orders. You can track stock, enable, disable, use alternative names. As you know, the Clover has alternative names in the inventory. So for example, I go here and then I find, let's find an item here. Let's go to latte, right? It has something called alternate name, right? Do you want to use this name or this name on the website? So you can choose which one to show on the website. So if you want to call it uh, latte flav 12, I don't know, something like that, then you can say, hey, please use this name. So you can click on it. You can say you can change it. It'll change it for you. So if you say no, it'll use that one. But if you actually put a name here, it'll automatically detect it and change it for you. So your hours is determined by your Clover business hours. Remember I mentioned that to you earlier. It's under account and setup right here, and you go to business information. Again, it's done from here. Very important that you know it's under about your business, not here. Some merchants go here and change their business hours, and it won't change from here. You have to do it under business information. Click on this, and then you'll see the hours, and you can change it. Okay, it's very important to do it from here. Okay, it's all the way down here, so you can change it. Once you change it, it changes automatically on the order online page. Okay, so people can't order outside these hours, right? So it's very important to change that accordingly. So if you close on a Wednesday, put closed. Okay, yeah. So I don't want to make this video too long. I realize I went way above and beyond the typical video length. I'll try to make more videos to cover other things. But just briefly going through it, this one requires a complete explanation or a long video. But these are custom hours that you can set for certain categories and order types. Delivery areas, pretty self-explanatory. Add your delivery zones, but that's another video you should watch. Just search for it on YouTube. Feedback, we email us, call us, store interfaces. You can choose from different interfaces here. And then you can see your orders, you can see your coupons, you can make coupon codes here. And then once you make your coupon, you can enable it. People use that coupon, like King or Kings or whatever name you want to give it, food, menu, um, sale 5. You can give it different names, and you can see your reports here. So you can see it's pretty vast. I don't wish to overwhelm you with too much information, but this is some tips to know about your order online page. So keep subscribe to this channel. We'll try to post new videos and new updates. That way you're on top of it and know all the features. If you have questions, we are an email away, or also a phone call away to assist you with anything you need. But make sure to look into announcements and our social media plan as well, or the Android and mobile app. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.